What about Berlin, living in Germany? What do you think?
That was interesting. It's not too hot in the summer. You can visit the Western and Eastern Europe
That's a
all
good
in the car. I
point.
think that
Yeah.
was a really huge
That's a
advantage.
selling one,
yeah.
I've never been, but I've heard it's a very artistic city as well.
Not bad.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law lives in Germany. She lived in Berlin for a little bit, not there anymore. But she just always complained about how cold it was.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Barcelona, Spain wouldn't be a bad spot to set up shop.
Okay, so everyone talks about how the sun doesn't set till late in Barcelona, and I got it. I heard them.
Yes.
But when I went for a trip, literally 9:45 p.m., the sun is still like somewhat out.
Really?
And it was just shocking to me. Because I looked at my watch. It looked like, according to weather standards of Korea now in the summertime, it looked like it should be about maybe like 7. It was 9:45.
Wow. That's not all year round.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what the details of that, but it was 9:45. I remember looking on my phone and being shocked.
Wow.
Whoa.
Don't they say that about Reykjavik, Iceland? At some points during the year, the sun never goes down.
Yeah, you have to kind of board up all the windows just to get some darkness so you can sleep.
That would mess with your psyche.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great answers. Let's see what you think about this. Humberto Mendoza. Oh, this is a kind of off note, but kind of on topic too. Talking about that study in the first hour in today's Know the Now. Best cities? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm going to disagree with that study, specifically San Francisco and New York. Living in California for over 12 years and visited multiple times for work and with family the city of San Francisco, I am strongly disagreeing with that survey, and same with the city of New York. For me, move to Lima, Peru, because I have family in the city, and I am biliterate in English and Spanish.
Ooh, Lima.
Lima, Peru.
Interesting.
Oh, my friend did like a exchange program or something in Peru. She absolutely loved
I'd
it.
love to get there someday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like you didn't have great experiences in San Francisco and New York City. But isn't it interesting, though? You know, you could be an expat and move to Korea, and you might have a terrible experience. That's not a comment on the country.
Yeah.
It's just the people that you meet here,
Exactly.
your work circumstances. You never know, right?
Absolutely.
So you could come here and have a bad time and then go back home and say, oh, I didn't like my time in Korea. When in fact, it didn't really have anything to do
With Korea.
Exactly, exactly. So maybe, Humberto, you can give New York and San Francisco another chance someday.
Good
Yeah.
point.
Angie, 9301, please.
저는 뉴욕에 가고 싶어요. 그냥 뉴욕이 자석처럼 저를 끌어당기는 것 같아요. They pick New York. They said New York's like a magnet that's pulling them in.
Don't resist then, I guess, right?
1425 says 호주의 멜버른 가고 싶어요. 몇 년 전에 시드니랑 멜버른에서 한 달씩 각각 살아봤는데 시드니는 너무 서울 같은 느낌이 커서 멜버른이 더 좋았어요. 코로나 끝나면 꼭 다시 갈 거예요. 1425 says that they want to go to Melbourne in Australia. A few years ago, they had a chance to live in Melbourne and in Sydney 1 month each and realized that Sydney's a little bit too close to Seoul kind of feel. It's very city feel.
Yep.
And so they much preferred Melbourne. And so if they have a chance, they'd love to go back.
I've never been to Australia before either.
Me neither. I think Melbourne's like one of the hottest places to live in the world.
I think so.
I remember it was on a list a couple years back.
Is that where the beach, there's a famous, is it Bongo Beach? There's a name of a beach.
All I know is
Bondi Beach.
All I know is
Bonds-
Hemsworth.
What's it? What's
Did you
it?
say Bonza? Bondi Beach.
Bondi Beach.
Bonsai.
That's Sydney.
Oh, he was
That's
thinking
Sydney.
bonsai tree. That's why.
Maybe. You've been there before?
No, I have a lot of friends from Sydney and Melbourne.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it called again? Bonsai.
No, that's the wrong
Bondi.
word.
Bondi Beach.
Apparently, some of the most expensive real estate in Australia
On Bondi.
on Bondi Beach.
Interesting.
Because it's like a major hotspot for people to hang out.
Very
It's like the
nice.
Waikiki of Australia, am I saying?
I think
le-
there are more expensive properties elsewhere,
I
right?
learned all this from watching a Flicks show about Airbnb blank, where people had to fix up their interiors and then they were in competition with each other.
Who says TV can't be educational?
Totally. It's a great show. I totally recommend it.
Yeah, as you say, bonsai instead of bonsai.
First it was bongo.
8573 wants to go to Australia as well. I want to move to Melbourne because I'm a huge coffee lover and Australians know how to do their coffee and their produce. Their food is on another level. I always miss my time doing an exchange program there and wish to go back if the opportunity comes.
Yeah.
Seems like that's 2 votes for Melbourne
Yeah.
when we're talking Australia. Yes.
Next
I
one.
really hope to live in New Zealand, surrounded by nature and a huge open space. And I really want to go to the Hobbit Village. I could see myself living happily in New Zealand.
Just so
Have you
much
been?
green.
No.
Oh, it's just your perception of New Zealand.
Yeah.
Exactly what it's like in the movies.
Yeah, your little hobbit town.
Have you been before?
No, I want to go really bad, but I haven't had a chance to visit just yet. But my friends do live there, and I think it really depends on which area you're in.
Oh, okay.
Is it
Yeah.
more like the greenery and the sheep? There's a lot of city side stuff
Yeah.
as well.
I see.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it all. Another message, 8890 says, Spain, I'm sleepy right now. Necesito siesta.
Ah, that's funny. Take a nap.
Take that necesito siesta then.
1189 Paris. Emily in Paris. Everything seems so chill, stylish, romantic in the drama. I know it might not be real, but I still want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I do regret a little bit is before I settled down and had kids, I did want to live like a year or 2 in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, who knows? Maybe I can do that after the kids grow up. And I don't know, but I think it'd be fun to do that, you know?
Well, I mean, when I moved to Korea, my plan was 1 year.
Me too.
You too?
Yeah.
I think that's for a lot of people. They're just
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll just plan to stay a year or 2.
It's a black hole.
I don't know what it is, but there's something, and I've heard this from so many expats. There's something about Seoul, or if you don't live in Seoul, there's something about Korea that just draws you to it.
Yes.
Be it the food or the culture or the people
Yeah.
or whatever it might be.
It is a great place to live. I have so much fun here.
It's a really wonderful place to be, yeah. All right.